Today, April 23rd, 2026, my name is Amir. Imagine standing in the middle of a lush green forest only to see it transform into a towering wall of flame that moves faster than a person can run, consuming everything in its path. According to the National Interagency Fire Center on January 10th, 2024, over 56,000 wildfires burned approximately 2.7 acres across the United States last year alone. Wow. Threatening thousands of homes and delicate ecosystems. Today, I'm here to persuade you to support proactive forest management and personal fire safety to mitigate the deviation of forest fires. First, I will discuss the environment and economic problems defined by the fire forest. Second, I will explain the climate and the human-driven causes behind their increasing intensity. And finally, I will offer solutions to help protect our communities. Let's get started by talking about the problems. There are two main problems our society faces regarding forest fires. First, the catastrophic loss of biodiversity, and second, the extreme economic burden of fire suppression. Research from National Geographic published on March 15, 2024 indicates that high intensity mega fires and destroy the seed banks in the soil, preventing natural forest regeneration and permanently displacing native wildlife. Furthermore, the U.S. Department of Agriculture reported on February 2nd, 2024 that the annual cost of federal wildfire suppression has ballooned to over $3 billion, draining funds meant for forest restoration and recreation. Now that we have discussed the problem of habitat loss and rising costs, now let's discuss why they're happening. There are two main reasons why these problems are occurring. First, we can blame human negligence. And second, we can blame the climate feedback loop. Data from the National Park Service on April 5th, 2026 reveals that nearly 85% of wildfire in the United States are caused by humans through unattended campfires, discarded cigarettes, or equipment sparks. Additionally, according to NASA's Climate Science Division in 2024, rising global temperature create prolonged droughts and tinderbox conditions, which turn small sparks into uncontrollable blazes. Now that we have examined the causes of the negligence and climate change, next let's cover some solutions that can fix this issue. There are many steps that can be taken. First, we'll look at a large-scale forest management. And second, we will examine personal solutions we as a class can take. The Society of American Foresters stated on May 22, 2024 that increasing the use of prescribed burns and mechanical thinning is the most effective way to reduce the fuel loads that lead to catastrophic fires. Personally, you can help by creating a defensible space around your home by creating dry bush within 30 feet of your structure. You should also always check the fire danger level via the U.S. Forest Service website before camping to strictly follow local burning bans. Finally, you can support legislation that funds forest restoration and climate resilience by programs by contacting your local representative. Today, I have persuaded you to an active role in preventing forest fires to save our national landscapes. I did this by first explaining the problems of biodiversity loss and suppression costs, second by discussing the causes of negligence and climate droughts, and finally by offering management and personal steps we can take. We do not have to watch our forest turn from green to ash. By committing to these solutions, we can ensure that the only walls we see in the forest are those made of living trees and not towers. Hi, this is Alvors.
I'm
my
back.
friend. He's back, and we're gonna have an interview, quick one, just for a minute, and then we're gonna be all out.
So Amir, talk to me about one time about how forest fires affected you in your personal life.
I've seen this where I used to live. We used to live in a small village back home, and then one day, it was in the morning actually, I can smell some fire from far away. And then I go to my mom, I'm like, I smell fire. And then she's like, it's nothing, it's like a cigarette or someone smoking or, someone's camping. And then we go there and we see a very, very big fire and big smokes coming out of, like, let's say 5 miles away. And then that's like my only experience from what I've seen that happen from close by. And then I know a lot of the neighbors' chickens, roosters, whatever, all of them died because of that fire. And that fire can, have very bad causes. The smell, it's hard to breathe in there, so it's not a good thing to happen.
Did you ever find out what actually caused the fire,
Republicans
Marilyn?
have pushed this through.
Not really. I mean,
without
it could be
Democratic
either one that I
support into a
mentioned in
process
my
that is called
interview,
budget
but
reconciliation, which allows
I don't
them
know.
to
Honestly,
bypass
I'm
the
not
Senate
sure.
filibuster. Democrats,
And you
meanwhile,
would say that
trying
it
to
had
line
a
in the
saddening
sand, saying
effect
that
on
they
you
are
and your
not going to
family and the people
support
around
all
you?
of this being
Not really,
actually
but I mean,
that
it can
flashpoint
obviously,
that
but
brought
on
two
me
Americans
personally and my
died at the
parents
hands of
not,
federal
but
law
it can
enforcement in
have very
Minneapolis
bad
back in January. That is the standoff
what do
and
you
the
call it?
reason that
Very
we're still
bad
here.
effects,
As
perhaps.
for what
Perhaps
happens
on
next,
me and
this now
those
goes over
around
to
me.
the House.
Thank you
but
so
again,
much,
it's not a
Amirali, and thank you for
final
this
vote
time.
on funding.